Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Omega Gaming Esports, where tonight it's the BOL Platinum League, and we're starting with Omega Gaming Fire facing Soulbound Tempest. I'm Random Minion Caster, and alongside me for the ride tonight is going to be the remarkable Rudude. How are you doing, Rudude?
I'm doing very well, thank you very much. Excited to get back into it, get into a nice couple best of ones here on the Omega channel. Excited to get going. Obviously, two pretty heavyweight teams that we've got going ahead in this first game tonight.
Yeah, and they are excited too. They've already started the picks and bans here, so we'll just jump straight into that. On the blue side, it's going to be Omega Gaming Fire. They've banned out Vladimir and Ilawi. The Udyr ban there is simply a filler ban because they actually lost a ban due to some technical difficulties. So Vladimir Ilawi banned. On the red side, it's going to be Soulbound Tempest, but they've banned out the Thresh, Volbear, and Sejuani. And there we go. First pick coming in already. It's going to be that Ashe.
Yeah, so they take the Ashe away, not opting for the Caitlyn, which is something that we see quite often, but Maury just feeling like the Ashe is something that he's more comfortable on. Obviously, that's his personal preference and definitely something that we can expect to see. Caitlyn, Ashe, and Senna really are just the trinity of AD carries with the as we see here. I might be eating my words very early on with a different hover here.
Yeah, now they're hovering that Jin pick here. That they are going to lock it in. So it's Zach Jin coming in for Soulbound Tempest here. And there has actually been a bit of change up on the roster for Soulbound Tempest. It is going to be Juice for their support. So that might have switched up.
Yeah, there's obviously already from Soulbound Tempest here a lot of backline access with the two picks that they've drafted already. Obviously, Zach does incredibly well at trying to get into the backline and cause some disruption, cause chaos for the enemies. And on the opposing side, when you've got Jin as well, just somebody that doesn't have to get in range. Obviously, the Curtain Call, Deadly Flourish, both do tremendous amounts of work when trying to get into those backlines.
Yeah, and it looks like they've left that Kled open here for Necro, one of his favorite champions, and he's going to insta lock that one in along with the J4. And one thing to note, Omega Gaming Fire tonight is not running their usual jungler Zongi. They're going with Demonic tonight, so that Jarvan 4 gonna be for Demonic here.
Yeah, so a little bit of a change up from the Fire roster that we've seen of previously. Obviously, different jungler going to be slightly different for the team, but Jarvan very easy to execute, very sort of one-dimensional for me, I feel like, and especially when the enemy team has locked in a Jhin, it becomes very easy for the Jarvan to become successful because Jarvan flag drags in, and as long as he's able to press his Cataclysm on the Jhin has no escape unless he's got that flash available.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the Braum as well, not necessarily the sort of thing you normally see, the Tom Kentra, the Thresh, which was obviously banned away. So definitely will be an interesting bot lane, a bit of struggle here for Soulbound Tempest. More bans coming on. Soulbound Tempest going to focus out the support here. Kiri going to get the Nautilus and Leona ban thrown at him there. They don't want him to have any sort of playmaking potential as much as they can help. And for the side of Omega Gaming, they're going with the Corki and Shen ban. So solo lanes being the focus.
Yeah, exactly. And Kiri for Omega Gaming Fire really has been a star liner or a star support for them, making things happen on numerous picks and honestly warranting these support bans taken away from him. Thresh, Nautilus, Leona, as you mentioned, these playmaking supports, which would have been able to really punish this Jhin Braum lane in combination with an Ashe as well, a champion that can run you down from level 1 onwards with the passive slow. Getting rid of some of those support, some of those engaged style champions is going to give Soulbound Tempest a bit of breathing room in the bot lane.
For sure, and Kiri is one of those. One of the very powerful components for this team, as you mentioned as well, especially with Mori-san here, or Mori now. He's changed his name here. Mori leading the second, I believe. No, sorry, the fourth highest kills in the entire league here. So definitely helping out with that stat a lot. And we do see the Jax lock in here, most likely for that top lane for Soulbound Tempest. And Omega Gaming going to lock in that Galio. And what I'm interested to know is that mid or support, because I believe does Kiri play Galio support?
I think wherever we're going to see the Galio, we're going to find out within sort of the next 15 seconds with the benefit of blue side here. It fits into the wheelhouse, I guess, of Kiri that he wants to play some tank engage supports, and Nimbus Cloak along with Hex Flash on a Galio can enable a lot of engages, but I think our questions have been answered.
There we go. It is the Bart lock-in instead for Kiri. Perfectly fits the aggressive playmaking style that he's known for. So that will be Galio here for Cadasol. And in terms of Soulbound Tempest's last pick, they are going to lock in the Emperor of Shurima to match off against Galio here.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like this should be a somewhat free lane in isolation in the mid lane for Soulbound Tempest. Obviously, Galio is a melee champion, going to get punished a little bit by the Azir if he does overstep. The Justice Punch can make him, fear for a little bit, and I think that they've got some really nice gank set up in the mid lane. Jarvan and Galio is a combination that we've seen pretty much since Galio's rework. Just the cataclysm into the hero's entrance is a lot of CC and a lot of unavoidable damage, I suppose, just on top of the Jin. It could be quite difficult for Hydro here to make sure that he's safe in these fights.
For sure. And we'll have to see if Hydro can navigate that with that immobile Jin as well. Now, looking at the compositions, Rudude, who do you think has drafted themselves a better composition here?
I think better composition for me. I just favor Soulbound Tempest early on, or not early on. More, I favor them as we go later into the game. Obviously, Jackson is here, and even Jin are some tremendous late game scaling carries. They do a lot of work in these team fights, and Jax is a split pusher, pretty much unmatched in the late game. But I think that Omega Gaming Fire, if they're able to play to their win condition, and it's something that we've seen them be able to do, is they've picked up this early game snowball composition with Jarvan, with Kled, with obviously the Bard as well, going to be able to make plays post level 6. I think there's a lot of potential for Fire to get ahead and start snowballing, but if they don't get ahead, then Soulbound Tempest are really just going to be happy to sit and scale and then just win late game.
For sure. So looking like we are going to be watching Fire to start making the proactive moves, and they certainly are the team to do it. Some interesting stats. They are second in kills in the entire BOL Plat League, but they're number one in assists. So they do fight together a lot. So if you're looking for a team to group up, make action happen, it's looking like it's going to be Fire. And Rudu, you also mentioned a little bit about the lane matchup, like how you think Soulbound Tempest is going to win that mid lane. Bot lane, you were mentioning the difficulty that Hydra would have in trying to survive on that Jin. What do you think about the top and jungle matchup as well?
So jungle is going to be, again, and this is sort of how they've drafted the entire composition. It's going to be whether or not that they can use this Jarvan early on. Obviously, Jarvan can gank from pretty much level 2 onwards and be effective with it with the knock-up that he has from his kit. Zach typically wants to get probably 3 levels into his elastic slingshot before he's able to, get considerable distances and make the ganks really work out. So that's something that they need to try and punish, and it's going to be early on, going to be on Demonic to make these things happen, make the ganks occur. And like I said earlier, that Saw in the mid lane might have presence over Catasol, but I think if Jarvan's there, he should be able to punish. And top lane as well, as you mentioned, I think this can go either way. It looks to me, or feels to me rather, that it'd be definitely a little bit more skill oriented. I think if English Muffin is able to time his counter strike when Necro has violent tendencies available, then you neutralize a considerable portion of Kled's damage. But if Kled's able to sort of kite out the Jax with the bear chop on a rope with the dashes that he has on his kit, then there's definitely a world where Necro wins this top lane, and feels like it's going to be one of those where whichever jungler gets to the lane first, it's going to be able to sway the lane in either side's favor.
For sure. So definitely going to be looking a lot on the junglers. Demonic here for Fire and Kappa 1 for Soulbound Tempest. And a reminder, Demonic is not the usual starter here for Fire. So going to be a slightly different look from what we're used to seeing coming out from Omega Gaming Fire as well. And they're going to be influencing all the lanes, a lot of action here. So we will be trying to track them a little bit in the early game. And I guess, Rudu, do you have any bold predictions as to who might win this game early here?
So I think if we're looking for a team to win early, then again it has to be Fire. I think if we look across and sort of take a bit of a step back, look at how these teams have performed so far in Blue Water League. Omega Gaming Fire haven't dropped, or they've dropped one game in these best of ones, where they've got a 5-1 record, and then obviously Soulbound Tempest have a 4-2 record in their respective division. So coming in, Fire have like the numbers advantage, I suppose, slightly higher up in the sheer score standings in that sense. But the game that they lost was also with a substitute jungler. The first week that they played, they were without Zongi, who is their starting jungler that they're missing today. So maybe we see some of those gripes, some of those former issues come back and haunt them, come back be a little bit of a difficulty, but it is going to really be on Demonic, and it's a tough position for him to fill because he's going to be the difference maker in this early game. If he's able to make his presence felt, I feel like Fire can collapse and can snowball and can win. but if not, they're going to struggle.
For sure. So Demonic, a lot of burden on his shoulders there. The last time, like you said, they lost, or in the beginning when they lost, was also when he was on the team. He wants to make sure he doesn't bear the burden of that. So we are going to be headed out to a short intermission break here while we wait out the spec delay. In the meantime, do please show your support to your team, whether it be Necro Diff, Demonic Diff, or Kiri Diff. Do support your team, and we'll stick around. We'll be right back on Summoner's Rift. And welcome to Summoner's Rift, where we've got the two teams facing off here. On the blue side, it's Omega Gaming Fire. In the top lane, it's Necro. In the jungle, Demonic. Mid lane, Catasoul. ADC Mori and support Kiri. On the red side here, it's Soulbound Tempest, top lane English Muffin 67. In the jungle, Kappa 1, mid lane SB Soar, ADC SB Hydro, and support Juice. And we're looking like we're just having a passive start here, 5-point defense. And is that a Predator on Kataso? Rude dude, is that normal?
I don't know that it's normal per se, but I think that I like it. I think that in this situation, I can definitely see the presence that Galio's going to have. You know, they removed Galio's taunt flash capabilities quite a while ago now, and just having the ability to go in with Predator and remove some of the counterplay of the fact that they can no longer taunt flash, maybe being able to flash taunt a little bit easier here.
Yeah, so no matter where you run, he'll be right on you there, hunting you down. He can run you down. He can enter with the hero's entrance as well. That is going to be one very, very mobile Galio, and we'll have to see if Kataso does manage to do it right. The junglers now both starting on the bottom side of the map, and it looks like both top laners actually going to try and fake a leash, maybe? Necro definitely faking that leash there.
Yeah, they're trying to bait out each other to try and see where, or try and maybe disrupt the pathing of the other jungler, that they don't know where they're going. But at the end of the day, with no vision put down on either side of the map, it is going to be a slight guessing game. You can sort of think that it'd be 1-for-1, but we see a trade top early on. Going to just be a nice little counter strike and disengage from Muffin, and that's pretty much how you want to play these early Jax trades out. Obviously, Kled, if he's used his Q, isn't going to particularly have any counterplay to that, just because he's not able to auto-attack you.
Yeah. I mean, you can just kind of walk away there. And we see the Counter-Strike coming out once again there. And he's going to be able, not quite. Necro still not dismounted yet, but really low. And now we see the dismount coming out. Necro going to have to stack that back up.
Yeah, hoping to probably get level 2 and then use Violent Tendencies to really quickly get Skull back in his favor. Because obviously Kled becomes pretty much a third of a champion when he doesn't have the Skull there with him. Only obviously has a couple of his abilities available to him, but when you remount, you become that full force, and you want to get back to that as soon as possible.
For sure, and already level 2 now, and you can right away see that bar stacking as you called, Rudude. And let's take a quick check-in with the junglers here, because Kappa 1 and Demonic here, both doing, looks like full jungle clears for the most part, so we didn't see the early gank come out of Demonic. And it looks like Kappa 1 now has hit that level 3 mark you were talking about previously in the pick and ban phase.
Yeah, we're kind of waiting, seeing if Demonic can have this impact on the Jarvan. Looks like Zac actually skipped out his Gromp, so he's going to reach 20 CS, 5 camps, and then be able to go to the Crab. But he's gone for 5 camps, but obviously Demonic only doing the 4 is going to have priority over the Crab. And that being said, English Muffin is looking to roam in a similar style, but may just be a little bit too late as we look at it. Here, looks like Demonic going to be able to get it.
And we see the missing ping coming out finally on the top lane as well. So Demonic going to be perfectly safe there. Scuttle not going to lead him into an ambush. And Kappa 1, English Muffin going to come out empty here. Topside, we constantly see English Muffin just punishing here. And correct me if I'm wrong, Rudu, but I always thought Jax was a champion that needed time to scale. This doesn't look like he's needing any time at all.
No, you're not wrong, but you're also very correct in the fact that he's winning this lane so far early on. Obviously, Necro is sort of getting a little bit of a CS lead for himself. So whilst English Muffin is sitting trying to punish Necro for, maybe mispositioning a little bit, he's not securing himself all of the CS. Necro on the other side has been on top of the CS game, and maybe not so much there with the trades, and been able to net himself a quick recall, got himself a couple of long swords, and that might start turning the trades back into his favour, as it doesn't look like English Muffin is going to be able to get a recall in before the Kled comes back to lane.
No, and unfortunately, English Muffin has been missing quite a lot of that uncontested CS as well. Just now caught up in CS despite the back timing from Necro. There is still an experience differential here. Necro going to start going in. The Counter-Strike coming out as well. And English Muffin just going to continue with that pattern that he's developed here. He does have biscuits as well, so he will have more than enough sustain, it looks like.
Yeah, and with the wave pushing back towards him, mid lane trade.
SB Soar going to take a lot of damage here, but just going to be able to walk away. Kataso not able to take him yet, but you will have to be very, very low. But topside, Necro going in. The Counter-Strike comes out, does land. Necro gonna flash in aggressively and pick up first blood. The Scarl going to take all the damage for him. And that's great from mid lane. The fight continues here, but it's going to be Kappa 1 this time. He went in without Soar, and the flash in as well. Can they get him? They pop the passive, but he's safe under turret, and they don't have enough damage. Great roam up here from Kiri to get that passive, and they'll have to look to try and pop Kappa 1 again before Cell Division comes back online.
Yeah, they definitely have to. You know, nice little roam from Kiri. Not sure that the flash was warranted. It's going to really depend on whether or not they can punish the Zac once again. But the important part of that is that Necro gets himself a solo kill in the top lane. English Muffin misses a sizable wave as well under the turret. And Necro, with that longsword recall that he was able to get for himself, able to push the advantage, able to secure himself that 400 gold, the first blood in his favour. And now we could look to see Necro try and snowball and need to start accruing advantages, not just top lane, but across the rest of the map as well.
Yeah, and he opted to go back and buy that Tiamat right away, did not use teleport, and English Muffin picking a fight here. He's got a huge minion wave on his side, but he's gonna have to flash back out because he's taking so much damage here. And Scaro's still healthy, the charge coming across as well. Kappa 1 now here and will provide an escape route for Necro to get out with. And just as we said, you know, English Muffin teleport back in lane, he doesn't have that available, and now he's very, very low. Has to be so careful. Dragon being started up on the other side of the map as well. Demonic soloing this, and it is going to be that so powerful Ocean Drake to start the map off with.
Yeah, exactly. This power that Necro is massing in the top side, really generating advantages across the map here. They noticed that they've had to pull Zac onto the top side just to defend his top laner from dying again. Demonic wisely acknowledging this, going for the dragon himself, and Necro not finished.
Apparently not, because he's going back in an English Muffin. Counter-Strike is going to get back out, but Necro can't quite find the target there, and Scarl gonna once more take abuse from that turret, but gonna keep Necro safe for now. And you gotta wonder, why is English Muffin just staying down here? He's taking so much damage. One more shot like that, and he is gonna go down, is gonna back out now, and finally he's gonna base, but he's gonna miss a sizable wave here.
Yeah, he's not just gonna miss this one either. He's probably gonna miss the next wave that comes into his turret as well. Teleport not available, as you alluded to earlier. But now see fight in the jungle.
Yeah, Kappa 1 finding Demonic there, but we do see the hero's entrance. You aren't going to be able to get away, and Kappa 1, his Cell Division was not available, so they will finally pick him up. That's a nice kill, and the fight might continue. Teleport coming in from Necro here, as we do see Juice and Hydro getting caught out. Mori already there, the void to slow both of them down. Predator being popped as well. Juice going to take a point blank arrow to the face. The taunt catches 2, and they're going to be able to pick up 2. That's a 2 kills going, not quite a double kill, to the side of Omega Fire. All 5 members showing up in that bot lane. You said they needed to snowball. You said they needed to group up and just kill everybody on the map, make sure they've got a sizable lead. Well, they're doing a great start of it here at 8.5 minutes.
Exactly, and Necro using the TP disadvantage near flawlessly here, securing 2 kills in the bot lane and putting now his mid laner, also his bot lane ahead as well. Not going to miss particularly anything in the top side because English Muffin is so far behind and had to spend so much time recalling that he's not able to push the wave all the way in. By the time we get up to the top lane, Necro's going to be able to pick up all of the farm, and it's going to feel like a 100% worth roam, worth teleport. And here we see, just look at that big wave he gets to pick up now.
Yeah, like you said, it's huge worth for him because English Muffin still behind in CS here, in experience as well, and Necro able to influence other parts of the map. That is just such an uneven trade coming out, and Necro, this is why his Kled gets banned so often. It's just so strong, and he's now going to look for English Muffin again, as English Muffin trying to clear out the board, but Kappa 1 is there to back him up. They are going very aggressively. Catastrophe finally arriving here, and the taunt comes down. Only catches Kappa 1 for now, but Necro able to get over the wall. Is going to be saved now. It's Catastrophe who has to try and get out alive here, as we do see SB Sword coming in, Winds of War doing damage. The Tempered Fate coming up from Kiri does not land, but reinforcements have arrived. Demonic and Kiri are here. It was a 3v2, now it's a 4v3, and they're winning this fast. SB Sword gonna slide away as quick as he can there, but the exhaust comes out. He's gonna look for the flash, will not find it, as Kataso takes him out before he can get over the wall. And Mori in the bot side is handling the 1v2 so masterfully as well. They don't lose anything. They get 3 kills, and they're gonna pick up Herald on the back of this as well.
Yeah, 7-0 at the minute so far. Soulbound Tempest really have had nothing to say about these plays that Fire are going for. And Kiri here, the playmaker that we called out in Champion Select, roaming up, making a numbers disadvantage here, giving Fire the advantage in the top side of the map. And now he just walks bot, and Mori loses maybe 1 or 2 last hits under the turret. But in the grand scheme of things, that's more than worth it.
For sure. I mean, it's a 13 CS differential, but when you look at the gold, they're pretty even here. Just only about 300 gold apart in favor of Mori because of that kill and assist. And in terms of experience, Mori's actually up a little bit of experience because he was in that 1v2 situation. So it looks like every lane right now going the way of fire, but you have to give credit to the side of Soulbound Tempest as well. SB Sword able to keep up in CS here. Topside Necro diving under this turret, but will be able to dodge out the counter-strike. He's getting faster and better at this, and he's getting a ton of damage on both English Muffin and that top turret.
Okay. I thought with that leap strike going through and the bear trap hitting that maybe Net could go for another dive there, but I needed to mince my words. Here we go.
And here we go again. He's diving under, and Scar was starting to get tanky enough that Scar was not going down. The counter-strike did land under the turret here, and instead it's going to be English Muffin having to scuttle away here, and that's going to give Necro a lot of free time with this top lane turret. He's already stripped most of the plates off of it here, and we'll have to see if he actually manages to take it down before English Muffin gets back to lane.
Yeah, one plate obviously is the hardest plate to secure. The final one having the most armor and most magic resist, as we see maybe a play bot lane here.
Yep, Kappa 1 going in, but good flash away from Mori. Going to be able to dodge that out. And the dancing shoes are on as he dodges all of the shots coming out from the curtain call by Hydro there. Unfortunate for a Hydro, and great play from Mori as well. As he continues this 1v2 when Kiri was still roaming up and about all over the map.
Yeah, Kiri's bought his Swifties boots and he's just decided the bot lane is no more fun for him. Going to keep going down, occasionally proccing Targons. But other than that, just going to leave Mori to himself. And you can see the XP lead starting to establish itself. Yes, he's a little bit far behind in CS, but the amount of work that Kiri has been able to do across the map has definitely made up for it. As we see stun hitting here. Nothing going to come from that.
To follow up from that, as we did see Demonic and Mori were moving down to secure vision because they have their eyes on the bigger prize here. They want themselves a piece of Inferno Drake, and these are two of the most powerful Drakes they're picking up right off the bat. I'm sure the Side of Fire will be more than happy to pick this one up. And the question is, now that that's down, where are they going next here? They do have Shelly in their back pocket.
Exactly, they want to start now breaking the turrets. Catasol in danger though.
So can he get out? No, because he's just going to go in instead. It's going to be SB Sword getting completely dunked there. The arrow comes across, does not quite connect, but the point blank hero's entrance there just to dissuade Kappa from going in. Catasol taking a lot of damage. Shelly has arrived, and they're looking for the first turret here in the mid lane, and they're going to snowball that huge gold lead they already have. Shelly goes down before the turret, but the turret will finally go down here, and they now have themselves, what is that, a 6,500 gold lead at 13.5 minutes, about to grow bigger because topside, Necro's going for this top turret. He's going to be able to take this easy here. And English Muffin, he just ignored him the entire time. Has to be careful though. No Scarl available just yet. Kappa 1 looking for the engage here. A good flash to dodge out the elastic slingshot there. And he's going to turn around. He's looking for the 1v2. Can he find it? The counter-strike comes across, but just in the nick of time, Scarl comes out, and we do see Kappa 1 going down instead. Necro a little indecisive, not sure where he should go. Teleport coming down from Catasol as well. They're going to look to try and find English Muffin. The cell division does not last. Kappa 1 does go down, and Predator being popped here, but will it be enough? Catasol on the hunt. We've got Necro on the flank as well. SB Sword coming in, but he's just there to provide something to hop to. Catasol comes in, and the Emperor's Divide to finally put an end. No, Catasol keeps on going here. That's a turret, my man. You do not want to go after this, and that will be the end of the chase. English Muffin surviving that particular scary situation.
Yeah, Necro again just displaying this Kled dominance that he's got. Able to 1 versus 2 up on the top side. Burns not only cell division, but also gets the kill as well. And Catasol here.
But down bot. The tempered fate lands. Catasol's there as well. The teleport coming down from Necro. They're looking for another kill. And goodbye, Hydro. There was absolutely nothing he could do. Catasol not hesitant to flash when he sees the opportunity for a kill.
Yeah, go for that kill. And now with that being down, you have to think that they're going to try and pressure this bot lane turret. No plates available on that anymore. They're looking towards trying to just take it down, complete the outer turret swoop of, objectives that they need to get, and then start looking towards maybe the next Herald, maybe even pick themselves up the Mountain Dragon. And with 2 stacks of Mountain, or 2 stacks of Drakes early on, they're in a great position to secure themselves an early soul.
Yeah, and the Drake timing is great to Ocean to start, give them more sustain. But topside, we do see Demonic finding Kappa 1. He just died. Will not have solid vision available. He does manage to slingshot away. None of the hard CC landing. And he's going to go bouncing back to his turret. Will be safe for now, but there's just nowhere right now for Soulbound Tempest to go. All your jungle art belong to us here as Omega Fire 10-0 right here, and they're just dominating the jungle, and we missed it. There was actually a kill here. English Muffin going down in that bot side. Necro and Kataso just looks like diving him. There's nowhere for him to go. He's not safe. And they take that inner turret to boot as well in the bot lane. They're going to seed up the mid one at the same time.
Wow, and this is just exactly what we needed from Fire. This early game of get kills and secure objectives has been played to without a fault really here. Flash burned.
Yeah, and we do see the Deadly Flourish land as well. Kataso going to be stuck on the turret, but he just uses a stopwatch. Will get out just fine, and with the rest of the team backing him up, Soulbound Tempest completely has to back off here. And so that was Flash traded for Flash. Hydro trading, Flash traded for a stopwatch, not even worthwhile. Hydro's Flash going to be down for the next 5 minutes here.
Yeah, it's just an absolute clinic here. There's 50,000 gold essentially in this game, and 30 of it is in Omega Gaming Fire. They have 60% at least of the gold in the game, which is an insane amount for themselves. 10,000 gold lead at 16.5 minutes is incredibly profitable for them, and they're looking to close out this game as perfectly as possible. So far, they've not given up a single objective, not given up a single kill. They're on for it, and I'm going to caster curse them by saying it, but they can do it here.
I was holding myself back the entire time, Rudy. I was so scared to say it, but yeah, it's looking like they're playing the potentially a perfect game right now. They're just so dominant here, and if we just look down, Necro has been really enabling his team. 5-0-2 here, and you look into mid lane as well. Kataso 3-0-6. They've been absolutely massive charge coming out into the bot lane here. They've found themselves a muffin, and they want themselves a snack. The bear trap gonna land here. English Muffin, can he get away? No, he can't. Kiri there to cut him off as well. And Kiri not just cutting him off, but also taking the kill. And they're now on to Kappa 1. They saw him there. Are they gonna chase him down? No, they are not for now. They're out of engage tools, but yet another free kill it looks like for the side of Omega Gaming Fire.
Yeah, and Omega Gaming Fire with that kill might have just been happy to try and just get themselves the dragon, but they know that the Rift Herald is up as well, and they acknowledge that Soulbound Tempest might try and trade an objective, which was wise of them. Soulbound Tempest obviously thinking that if Fire go for the Drake, we can go for the Herald, but it looks like Fire not trying to give up a single objective, as we've tried to mention, and now maybe look to see a fight around this Herald.
And they think they've caught Kataso here, but he's so tanky and so fed. Instead, Hydro getting popped almost immediately. Has to play very careful here. Mori getting English Muffin chasing him, but English Muffin so far behind. Has to flash himself back out, and into the midst of it, Demonic goes crashing in. Cataclysm finds 3 there. SP Sword just trying to get out alive. Gonna try and use the slide. Will be able to get behind the Herald. It wasn't even Baron. It feels like it past 20 minutes. But he just walks into the waiting arms there of Kataso and Kiri. He goes down. That's going to be Dragon. That's going to be Herald. The only one left alive, Hydro right now, but he was greedy. He went for minions. And Kiri looking for the 1v1. Just going to take a turret shot here. Are you going to die, Kiri? You've spoiled the perfect game. And Kataso going behind the turret. That's a double kill, a shutdown as well from SP Hydro as the greed of fire puts an end to their perfect game.
And I'm gonna say that wasn't even the caster curse. That was a player troll situation right there. You're walking in like that, Kiri. I gotta say that one's not on me, brother. I do want to credit them though. That initial fight from Omega Gaming Fire looked so good for Tempest. Obviously, at the beginning, Soulbound thinking this is the perfect engage, and then just Tempered Fate was near flawless in that situation. Bought so much time and just completely mitigated the entirety of Zack's ultimate. Let's Bounce gets called down onto the 2 caught out members, but then just Tempered Fate buys enough time and lets Jarvan get in there, allows Kled to start dealing the damages, and basically all off of one ultimate, the most impactful ultimate for me in this game at least. And it was shown right there. Turned the team fight on a dime, and Omega Gaming Fire run away with the objective and with the kill score as well.
Yeah, and they've been layering their ultimates so well as well. As soon as the Tempered Fate came down, the team kind of backed off, the arrow coming out as well, and the Cataclysm from Demonic just when everyone was grouped up. Just absolutely beautiful. And right now, Soulbound Tempest just so far on the back foot. They're looking for any way really to come back. And one thing both teams have done quite well on so far is sort of the vision here. They've kept vision up, but I just jinxed it. They didn't have vision in that particular bush, and now it's going to be Juice here as well as Hydro getting completely popped, even in a 2v2 that have died, but that was a 3v2, and now they might have the numbers advantage they need to close this game out. SB Sor, the next target here, he does get taunted up, will go down, Enchanted Crystal Arrow going to land as well, and that is going to be Kappa One's passive pop. Once again, it feels like it's always on cooldown. Kataso picks that one up, Shelly goes roaring, ripping in, takes down the inhibitor turret. They're on the inhibitor as well, and only English Muffin left alive. This might be it.
They can definitely look for a couple turrets here. I don't think the game is in their sights. They've got 2 members obviously still dead, so there's a world where they can go for it.
And Juice and Hydro are back up. Shelly finally goes down. She did manage to take a last Nexus turret with her. English Muffin taking a lot of damage from Kata at the side here. And we do see the Tempered Fate landing on the Juice. Keeps the turret alive for now, but it goes out immediately after. Juice being forced back out as well. The taunt comes out. Hydro, how did you survive that? Curtain call is turned on, and we do see the damage is coming out. Demonic finds English Muffin. He lets live way too long. Kappa 1, your cell division was already previously down. He's dead, and we do see Hydro and Sword trying to pump out the damage, but Fire focus on the Nexus. Mori just focus firing the entire time, not distracted. 22-2. No turrets lost, no major objectives lost. What on earth? OMG lives up to their name, because that's all I can say for this game 1 here.
Absolute dominance from Omega Gaming Fire that game. We talked about how they needed to play this game out to win it, and they execute it to a T. We talked about the early game dominance that we needed to see. We needed to see Demonic roam around the map, Kiri using the Bard to its full effectiveness to get advantages across the map. But for me, all of the advantages were generated through top lane. Necro outlaning this Jax and managing to secure advantages just across the map with his teleport, roaming around, making things happen, drawing so much pressure that enabled Demonic to get the first dragon. Everything came off the back of Necro to start that snowball.
For sure, and he was just an absolute monster. It looked a little rough in the beginning, but when he came back huge here. Catasol as well. 5-1 and 15 on that Predator Galio. Like you said, it's not normal, but it's definitely exciting, and he made the moves around the map there. So if you had to name one MVP, Rudu, for this game, who would you give it to here?
I've got to give it to Necro. I know he doesn't have the kill participation and doesn't have necessarily the CS or anything to back it up, but I feel like all of the advantages were generated through top lane, and I think that if it was a different top laner on a different day, then Fire have a much more difficult time trying to close out this game.
Yeah, 100% there. There's really not much you can argue about that. Kled is just so powerful, and teams do have to pay attention to it there. It does often get banned out, and I think even whenever it's not banned out, pretty much Necro does like to play. It is his most played champion in lane as well, and Demonic now having a win as well, making sure that he doesn't come across as a jinx for his team in the jungle. They're 6-0-9, gonna finish out this game here. And now, because of the format of Blue Otter League Platinum, today is one of the best of 1 days, which means we play 2 best of 1s today. And game 1 here was against Soulbound Tempest. Game 2 will be against Goon Squad Gaming. And unfortunately, that does mean that we've got to wait for them, because I sincerely doubt Goon Squad Gaming complete a 21-23 minute game here.
Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll throw it to a short intermission here, lads, and we'll be right back with you as soon as we can get the second game going. Obviously, GG's to Omega Gaming Fire in game number 1, commiserations to Soulbound Tempest. We'll be right back after just a short break, and we get everybody loaded up for game number 2.